eggs boiled in
七
urine,
80公里接来的。
live baby mice, whatever this is.
有人奔着我们的口碑来，有人奔着我们的服务来，有人奔着我们的人情来，也有人奔着我们的价格来。
There are many questionable dishes in China that would have most people scratching their heads, Chinese people included. But today's dish isn't one of those. Today's dish has really embarrassed China.
How much is the alligator?
$200.
$200? Are you kidding me?
We all know that VPNs give us protection from cyber attacks and people snooping in on what we do, but one thing that most people don't realize a VPN is useful for is price discrimination. Yes, sometimes when you go to try and buy something, it sees your country of origin and the price changes depending on where you're from. For instance, when buying plane tickets or booking hotels, a VPN really helps you shop around, and guess what? You could probably get that alligator for $50 if you just changed your country. I trust and use Surfshark VPN. It's absolutely essential to what I do. And not only does it give me peace of mind when it comes to internet security, but it also allows me to get past price discrimination and also watch content that's blocked in my country. Get an exclusive Surfshark VPN winter deal. Go to surfshark.deals/serpentza to get up to 6 additional months for free. Hey babe, I just got us 6 months for free of Surfshark. That's surfshark.deals/serpentza and use the code serpentza to protect your online privacy today. So let's talk street food for a second here. I love Chinese street food. Sure, there are certain types I'd prefer to stay away from, but malatang isn't one of them. Malatang is a street food staple around China. No matter if you're in the north, south, east, or west of China, this tasty, numbing spice soup can easily be found. Usually there'll be a food cart with bits and bobs boiling away in a spicy soup. God knows how long that soup has been bubbling away for, but it tastes great. You get to choose your veggies and fake meatballs, etc., and the seller charges you accordingly, usually by weight or the number of items you've chosen. Malatang isn't some sort of high-end food and is universally cheap, like seriously cheap, like $2.50 to $3 for a generous bowl that will fill you up cheap, and it costs way less than that if you're willing to take your chances down a dirty alley. Here's the thing. Malatang has been the center of a big scandal in China, specifically in the capital of Hunan, Changsha City. In China, each province or area is famous for a specific sorts of food. And when it comes to spicy food, there's sort of an unofficial battle between Sichuan and Hunan. You'll often hear people mention Sichuan, specifically when it comes to spicy hot pot, and Hunan is simply known for all of its food being spicy, or xiangla as it's called. So Changsha has made a bit of a name for itself, a famous place to go and eat spicy foods, and of course if you want to see a ridiculous fantasy representation of Chairman Mao looking like Beethoven or something. Seriously, that thing's ridiculous. In Changsha, malatang is popular all year round. The problem is that, as a byproduct of bad governance by the CCP, massive distrust permeates Chinese society, and the old Chinese phenomenon of 能骗,就骗, or if you can cheat, then cheat, makes its way into every part of life. Knowing that people travel specifically to Changsha for food holidays, and let's be honest here, most travel in China is about food, malatang sellers have taken this opportunity to rip the living daylights off of their fellow Chinese citizens. Using sleight of hand and dishonest practices, the customer will choose their dish according to the menu, and the seller will dish up and charge ridiculously high prices with the "this is what you ordered and I've already dished it out, so you have to pay for it now since it's ruined" excuse. Most people simply roll over and resign themselves to the scam, since often the low-level local cops are in on the action and there's very little recourse. But now, since the end of the draconian COVID lockdowns, Changsha rarely cares about its tourism industry, and people are starting to fight back. The clip I showed you earlier was from New Year's Eve, where a woman was charged 106 yuan. Yes, 106 yuan. That's around about $15 US for a small bowl of mala tang. Just for context, that bowl should have cost around 20 RMB or, $3 US, thereabouts. Remember, China is still a poor country, and $15 US is a lot of money for someone buying some cheap street food. That's the cost of a bus ticket into another province or a cheap hotel. As usual, the only way something gets done in China is if there's enough of a spotlight shone on it, which is exactly why I make my videos. Anyway, after the video of the woman going face to face with the boss got a lot of attention online, the Changsha Tianxin District Market Supervision and Administration Bureau issued a notice stating that the matter was real and that the vendor had indeed broken the law and had been dealt with. Great, you may think. Dealt with and filed away, no more malatang scams. The thing is, this is a recurring problem, since the exact same thing happened in April in Changsha. A customer was overcharged a ridiculous amount, made a big scene and called the police. The video goes viral and the relevant government organizations begrudgingly step in and release a statement. This truly is an embarrassing display of the level of public swindling and the fact that the authorities are more or less forced into stepping in only when there's too much fuss. And this is what I want you to take away from this video. When China says it has clamped down on something, when official statements are made by the government, their purpose is to placate and get eyes off of the situation, not repair the situation. What I'm saying is that when the Chinese government tells you something, never, ever trust what they say. Do better, China. Unlike scamming malatang sellers, stay awesome. And don't forget to check out my Friday show, where Lau86 and I tell you the latest news coming out of China, the fun, the crazy, and everything in between. Catch you next time, and stay awesome.